There we go, back again. Look at these fields behind me here at Old Bristolians. It is an absolutely spectacular place to play sport. And I say sport because it's a multi-sport club here at OB's. Start of day 18, I haven't done any running as yet. I'm going to be trying to keep everything as light as possible today. My leg's in not the best shape, but I'm going to refuse to stop for as long as possible, and hopefully we'll be able to get through this thing. But time will tell. It's going to be a light day today for sure. Okay, we're here at Old Bristolians, and we're going to come over here and we're going to speak to Aimee. Morning, Aimee. How are you? What's your full name and what do you do here at OB's?
My name's Aimee Kelley and I am the lead coach for the women and the girls section.
Good stuff. And how long have you been doing that here?
About 7 years, I would say. Right. 7 years with the girls, kind of on and off with the women. I had a year off to have a baby. Because obviously evening trainings and babies don't match.
Not so much, do they? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's find out a little bit about the club, and then we'll go on inside. So, you were telling me that the name of the field is called the Memorial Field?
Memorial Playing Fields, yeah.
Yep. Okay, and we're looking here. Well, why don't you describe it? What is it we're looking at here?
Very bright.
Yeah.
It is a tablet containing the names of all of the Old Bristolians who have served during the 20th century in various wars since the Second World War. The playing field was dedicated to these men that gave their lives, basically. Yeah,
and from what you were saying earlier, it's a big part of the club,
Massively,
remembrance.
Yeah, our president's very passionate about remembering this every single year and gets all the minis and juniors together on a Sunday morning and does a big service and a trumpet solo and all that kind of stuff. So it's really important to our club. Good to hear.
I think it's very important to remember our heroes there. Okay, let's walk around. Let's talk about this bit here as well, which is I'll show the people at first. This is a list of value. Drop connection. Oh, back again. Back on. Okay, so we've got the it says faster, fun, attitude, sportsmanship, team, everyone, and respect. So just sort of say a little bit about this and how it was developed.
It was developed, I think, by a group of the junior coaches that wanted to kind of put down the values of the club in a really clear way that the kids could get on board with. It's really important that our club is inclusive, and that's kind of what we really rely on to give everybody the most fun they can have, basically, on a Sunday morning. We've got around here as well, I forgot to mention that. It's a whiteboard that every Sunday the kids are asked to write down what they really like coming to the club for. So some of them say because it's the best club in the world, some of them say they really love the hot dogs, some of them say they like me and their friends, and what they love about rugby. So that's been a really fun thing to do every Sunday as well.
That's a great thing, because then you can really keep tabs on what is important to the kids.
Mostly hot
dogs. Hey, but if that's that's it.
They're good hot dogs.
Good, and I mean, there's lots of great values here, but I really like the fact that sportsmanship's in there, and you're making that front and centre.
It's really massive. It's not about winning at all costs. It's about getting everybody involved, congratulating each other. Quite often when we have fixtures, we have one half where it's teams against each other, and then the second half we mix it all up so that everyone's got a go, everyone's got a chance, and learning and meeting new people, which is really important. Great stuff.
Okay, we're going to walk on round now. It's just a nice little thing here, which I've seen at one or two clubs, but we haven't featured as yet. What's this here, Aimee?
So on Sunday mornings it gets a bit busy here, so we have a magnetic board with little stickers that show where each section has an allocated space, basically, so we don't get mixed up. There's no fights between people. We've all got our own flags, so they go up, and it just keeps us all nice and organised.
Yeah, and just really simple and easy to use,
and parents can see it as well when they come. They know exactly where to drop their children.
Yeah, really visual.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just very useful thing to do. Okay, let's head on up into the clubhouse, which is up these stairs here. Oops, there we go. It is not that straightforward for me today with my. There we go, back. So this is a picture of Bristol Grammar School, which is. Well, where is it?
It is at the top of White Ladies.
Okay.
Just kind of near the triangle area of.
And how close is that to here?
Clifton. I would say about 15 minutes drive.
Oh, okay.
We are a bit out of Bristol a little bit, but yeah, and they've got their playing fields for their secondary school over here as well.
Right,
So they've
okay.
got some facilities in the area. We're called Old Bristolians because we were founded in 1915 by members of Bristol Grammar School, kind of old boys, for a place for students to go and play rugby after.
Yeah. So, are there still very close connections to the school? Or
Massively, yes.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I think that we've tried to open it out a bit more to a lot of children from state schools, because it is traditionally very kind of private school boys, but that has massively changed in the last few years, and it's really diversified.
Right,
that's
okay,
really
so
good,
you got people from
yeah,
all over the
because
community.
it would end
basically.
up that some of the children that were playing competitive rugby in school couldn't then play for their club, and so the age groups would dwindle off. But yeah, it's been really good in terms of switching that around and building on it. So,
yeah, good stuff. Just going to say, we've got... Oh, there it goes. Shadow really wants to play at the moment. Okay, let's go and have a look at the bar area over here, because there's some things in here that make me think this is a very sociable club, shall we say. There's obviously some shirts and trophies up here. There's a gavel here. I'm not sure what that could be used for. And then some interesting footwear or drinking vessels, depending on the time of the day. So yeah, we'll move on from that just quickly. But you can tell me about these, Amy. There's a set of skis up on there, and they've got pint glasses attached to them. So what goes on with those?
So traditionally there's a group of vets that go skiing every year that call themselves the Arrows, and this was one of their drinking games. 4 people, 4 pints, drink it as quickly as you can. Obviously you need to pace yourselves. The women have kind of taken that on and really enjoy having a go after games, and often getting other teams involved. Maybe occasionally with lack of clothing.
And is there issues, for example, if you had a second row and maybe a scrum half
Massive
trying to do it the same?
Scrum half would get a very wet head.
All good fun.
It tends to be how thoughtful your drinking makes are.
All good fun. Okay, so let's do this quickly now. So this is another really good idea that I've seen at a few clubs. Names and faces, basically. These are, who are these people, Amy?
These are all the coaches of our amazing minis and juniors section in year groups. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them, but there are quite a lot of children. So
yeah, how many children have you got at the moment?
I would say around 500, I think. That's not an exact number, I'm not sure, but about that. It's a very full club. That's
a huge number of kids.
Yeah, massive.
What's it like, just getting them in and out of the ground and stuff like that on a Sunday morning?
So they have a little hut downstairs that they're doing sausage rolls and drinks from down there. So it tends to be trays of sausage rolls handed to coaches and things like that to kind of minimise everyone being up here at the same time. But yeah, it works somehow. It works.
You figure it out.
Just got a field full of people usually, or parents, because it's in such a nice location. Parents drop their kids off and go for a dog walk or a little jog around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, in terms of the social side, which we just covered over there, what kind of things are you doing to help the male and the female sections of the club kind of become closer?
So we try to have socials together. There are certain socials during the year that we try to do together, like a Halloween party, a Christmas carol crawl. I think we'll be pushing this year to do as 2 sections, where we go around to clubs, pubs in Clifton and sing and raise money for Click Sergeant. We've also been trying to rearrange games so they're on the same day so we can have a drink afterwards. One of our sponsors bought us a keg of beer recently, so we had the game with the men's and the women's, and then the social afterwards, which was really, really fun, really good actually. It's always really nice to hang out together.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, we were talking earlier about some club redevelopments, but the original club development, or certainly near the start, it probably is what's featured in these photos here. I mean, rugby clubs are built on volunteers and things like this, but this is a stone-picking party. So yeah, if you could just describe what we're looking at there quickly.
So the club is built on sheetrock, which now does affect the drainage, but it is what it is. All around us there are quarries, and there's Ashton Court just down the road, which means that rock is quite a part of the landscape, and the pitches needed clearing of rock. So it looks like the first team all got together, started picking up rocks and had a nice beer afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks remarkable, doesn't it? It looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something out of Shawshank Redemption or something.
It does a bit, yeah. Looks fun though, really fun.
Yeah, it does look fun, absolutely. Now, what about the future club developments? Because I'm reliably informed that this carpet down here is, and it's looking in remarkably good nick, but it's the original carpet that was put into this clubhouse some 50 years ago, did you say? Oh, we're back on again. But yeah, if you could just talk through some of the hopeful planned developments. It's a little way off, but...
It is, yeah. I think that, as the clubhouse manager was saying, we need to get a pot of money in order to make these redevelopments. They're looking at doing some work on the changing rooms, putting a veranda at the front with some nice wide open windows and a new entrance over there.
Yeah, glass atrium.
It would be very fancy.
Yeah, very fancy. But as I always say, stick a veranda, stick a balcony that overlooks the first team pitch is absolutely vital.
Absolutely.
Okay, Amy, was there anything else you wanted to cover about OBs? Anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so.
No?
We've covered quite a lot.
I think we have, haven't we? Okay.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be on the road now. As I said earlier, I'm struggling a little bit with my legs, so it's going to be slow going today. I'm going to try and get to as many clubs in Bristol as I can today, though. I've got no idea how it's going to work or how it's going to happen. I'm just going to follow my nose and get to as many clubs as I can. So thanks for watching. As always, please share this if you can to help get the message out there about looking after people's mental health within rugby clubs. Any extra exposure would be gratefully received. Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Cheers.